Cool, because we're live. It's like magic.
Nice.
We got a couple good topics. Probably nothing grinds my gears this week, so no long topics.
Yeah.
Interesting things. There's a whole article written on wireless charging and the goods and the bads to it. And it was nice because they played both sides of the argument of why you should and why you shouldn't. And then apparently you can buy a controller that has no buttons for your phone. So that's a waste of money. For all those phone games you play.
Yeah, right.
Apparently, Microsoft thinks that you want a feature to copy and paste between devices. I think that's just called like copy, paste, send a message, and then copy, paste again.
Yeah.
But apparently now you can do it natively in Windows or something kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
We had one streamer donate $20,000 to a bunch of different people. Wasn't us, unfortunately. But, yeah, count your debit cards, because your kid probably has one of them. Tim Cook joins the billionaire club in the middle of a pandemic. Go, Tim Cook. Apple does not like another company because their logos look the same. I don't know. I found it funny because of The Simpsons. It's just a rebrand. I didn't even read that one. Amazon Prime Gaming instead of Twitch Prime Gaming.
Yep.
Something weird. I don't really understand it because I don't really Twitch or game.
Mm-hmm.
I do have Prime, so I do that. And then xCloud, which is basically like Prime Gaming.
Google Stadia.
Google Stadia.
Yeah.
There you go. It comes out tomorrow. Soon and very soon.
Yes. Sooner than expected, for once.
For once. Alright, let me hit these two buttons right here. We'll get to that first topic.
Oh yeah, the goods and bads of wireless charging.
What's good about wireless charging?
Lifehacker. It's convenient, and it doesn't wear out the charging port on your phone. Subtle, but that can happen.
My charging port on my old phone broke, actually.
Yep, I had one that actually I'm not sure if it was the charging port of my phone that broke or the cables kept wearing out. I think it was the cables kept wearing out. But yeah, I mean, it can happen after enough time.
Yep. Yeah, so this article over on Lifehacker goes through a couple of the goods and bads, and that's definitely one of them is the charging port could wear out, or all your cords could wear out, one or the other, right? But they did the quick maths for you, and they charged a phone from completely dead to 100% using a cable. Took an average of 14.26 watt hours. So that's usually what you pay for. It's like 12 cents, 11 to 12 cents where we are per kilowatt hour. So this is like 14 thousandths of 11 cents, whatever that math works out to.
Not very much.
Right? To charge your phone from 0 to 100%. And that was with a wired charger. With a wireless charger, it uses 21.01 watt hours. So you get from 14 to 21 thousandths of a kilowatt hour. That's average like 11 to 12 cents for most Americans.
Mm-hmm. So it means it takes a little bit longer to charge your phone, and it costs a little bit more, but not significantly more.
Yep. The biggest downside to it, which they mention, is that because it's using more watt hours, electricity is literally energy. That's why we use it. And energy, if it's not being used to be stored in your phone, then it's being created into heat, because something has to happen to it. And that can heat up your phone, which is bad. And so they say here, generates more heat, and it sucks up more energy when wireless charging to fill the same size battery. So one thing I do notice in my car, I have a wireless charger that I stick it on, and it's like a 10-watt charger, 7.5 or 10 or whatever. Uh, and if I use the wireless charger and I'm sitting in the sun in traffic, it'll actually stop charging even though there's a vent blowing on it, which is weird, but it's because
Is
it
that because the phone's
overheats.
overheating?
Yeah.
Interesting.
But then I can just unplug the wireless charger because the wireless charger is plugged in with a USB-C cable. And so I'll just unplug it and then plug in my phone sitting in the wireless charger cradle, and it'll just keep charging. And it charges faster too.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much what this article goes through, is that the wireless charger does charge your phone slower, but it creates more heat. But the slower extends the battery life as long as you don't overheat your phone. So when I'm on the motorcycle wireless charging my phone, the only time it overheats is when I leave my phone on my motorcycle and then I go into a store because I want it to charge. And then I come back out, it's like, your phone stopped charging due to the heat.
Because otherwise you have the wind from riding the motorcycle, which cools down the phone.
Turns out 65 mile an hour wind is plenty to cool down a phone, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, these are things that we kind of already knew, but it is interesting to see the actual numbers and the actual breakdown.
Yeah, especially when it's like charging your phone, like once you pulled off the charger, you're like, that's a little warm, but it's not very warm. And then when you're using wireless charging, you're like, that's hot. It's a noticeable heat. And then to find out that you're going from 14 watt hours to 21 watt hours, you're like, that's not very much.
It's not much, but I guess over time it adds up.
Yeah, I also never did the math to think that like 3,500? Yeah, 3,500 milliamp hours would just be 3.5 watt hours? Or I believe.
The calculation is a little bit more complex because it depends on the amperage, but yeah.
Yeah. I didn't realize how cheap it was to charge a phone. I didn't realize we were talking, fractions of a penny.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, wireless charging your phone is a good thing as long as you can keep it cold. So get your wireless chargers out of the sunlight. And take your phone in when you get off your motorcycle. That's more of an anti-theft thing than anything.
Speaking of overheating.
How often do you overheat your phone while playing games? I
almost never, actually.
I reorganized this list a little bit to make these segues a little more friendly for us.
Yeah, that's nice.
This is over on The Verge, who has still not sponsored us, but we will continue to steal their articles. Mobile game controllers without buttons are monstrosities you can buy now. I'm pretty sure you could buy them for a long while, but there's an article about it, so we're talking about it now.
I really like the first sentence in this article. Ask almost anyone you know, and they'll probably agree. All good controllers have at least one button.
So how many buttons does it take to make a good controller?
At least one.
At least one.
Yeah, you can't really control anything without a button. Or a joystick. No. I would substitute a joystick for a button.
So the interesting part about these controllers is it looks like it may have a battery bank. You can buy them with battery banks, maybe. So that will extend the battery life, which is great because if you're mobile gaming, which I can actually say, I don't have a single game on my phone. Go me. I'm an adult.
So, yeah, one of these is a $36, 6,700 milliamp hour power bank. So it's basically twice what your phone likely has.
Yep.
So it would charge your phone twice. It's pretty big.
Yeah, which is great. And then some of them have fans to keep it cold.
I wonder if they wirelessly charge.
There's no way.
Could you put the battery bank wirelessly charging with a fan on your phone? to help it charge.
So you
Just
could,
kidding. That would be ridiculous.
right? That would be awful. In this picture here, they definitely have a plug that just goes out the top of the controller and then into the side of the controller where the phone bottom is. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, just looping around like that.
You think that they would just have like the USB port in the palm grip that would have like some type of way for it to go up and down to fit any phone? Not. We'll just make a 6-inch cable and a hole in the side of the controller. This seems like a me way out of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was funny that we were talking about how much hotter a phone gets when you wirelessly charge it, and then I saw this article right below it on we make plastic cases that fit your palms with a fan in it.
If you don't have to put it in your pocket.
Right? This thing's huge.
Yeah.
But if you're a mobile gamer, I don't know. I guess if it's for you, it's for you. But it's definitely not for me. That is a very weird device. And it only gets weirder with Windows 10.
Yeah.
I didn't really understand this article at all, so I hope you like read it and did a lot of research and your Google foo was up to date.
I guess I don't really see a big use case for this.
I see
this
almost
is copy and pasting across devices with the new Windows 10 update. So my biggest issue is that I have one Windows 10 device.
Okay.
So copy and pasting across devices doesn't really help that much. As opposed to something like Chrome, I think Chrome has a feature where you can send tabs across or something like that, or maybe you can copy and paste from one version of Chrome or one instance of Chrome to another from your Android device to a computer, which there actually is some case for me, but I don't have a Windows 10 phone, so.
Right. So like on a normal day, I will probably be on 3 different Windows 10 computers. Today's a day off, so I don't work today, which makes me only on one Windows 10 computer. But even today, actually, I was on the 3D printer laptop, which is right here.
Okay.
Look at that.
Yep.
Look at that proof. Then just go away my Windows key. Hey, now I need a new screen. And instead of just copy and pasting, I just paste into a Facebook Messenger window of a chat to myself. You can actually do that. So in Facebook Messenger, just search for yourself and you can message yourself.
Okay.
And then I just open up
kind of like
Facebook.
a notebook or something, like a personal notebook.
Yeah, or like emailing yourself or anything like that. And then I can have it on every device. So I have Facebook messages to myself from years of just things that I need. It's like if me and you are out doing something and you're like, oh man, you should look up this brand. I'll just message it to myself. And then that way when I'm at work eating a pizza or something, I'll be like, I gotta look that up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's on every device. So it's really easy to keep up with. Copy and paste being cross computers, cross device. I feel like that's more setup than need be. I feel like that it's complicating such a simple task so far.
Yeah.
That it's not. It has to be super seamless, and I don't see Windows 10
maybe this would be nice for some people who aren't. Not that you have to be tech savvy to send yourself a Facebook message, but the people who aren't tech savvy enough to do even that aren't going to have 2 Windows 10 devices. You know what I mean? So I guess it's a cool feature, but I don't see it getting a ton of use.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially like when, like a notepad is a thing that exists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other things that don't make sense is this woman's child. This mom's kid stole her debit card. Stole, right? and secretly spent almost $20,000 in 17 days. He spent a total of $19,870.94, which is a
So he still needs to spend $119 on our channel.
Right? I'll take it. The weirdest part to me is that it's 94 cents. So is there like a tax or something, or is he donating change amount? Because usually when people donate, they donate like 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20. They donate those beautiful numbers. No one's like, I'm going to give you $1.94. I don't think.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know.
I don't think people do that. Now, like some people do like 501, or like they'll donate, $103, so it'll be on the top of the donation list.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I saw
usually, you might as well do it in dollar.
6 more cents. Yeah, when I saw that number, it really threw me off. I was like, I wonder if it got taxed. But I don't know if donations can be taxed because that's a gift. I don't fully understand how any of that works.
I mean, obviously it's taxed from the receiver's end as an income tax or something, but I wouldn't necessarily think it would be taxed on the sender's end.
Yeah,
like you're saying,
sales tax. Yeah.
Yeah.
The biggest downside to this is it looks like the people that he donated to were all big streamers. I wonder if I can find that list here. It was. Yeah, I just saw it. Okay, here it is. The donations were made to such streamers as Tfue, Gorb, Ewok TV, Atlanta Falcons quarterback Kurt Benkert, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Miami Heat's Mayors Leonard. So like all these sound like big names.
Yeah, professional athletes or big streamers.
So he does, because one thing that is a thing is that people go on the little streamers channels that have like 20 views or 100 viewers, and then they'll drop the $1,000 donation and be like, oh my god, and it's just to watch the streamers freak out.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Obviously not if you're stealing the money, but
yeah, right. So somehow she got it all back. It says that she was able to recover mostly all of it, which is wild.
Which is good, but yeah, that's especially with a debit card. A lot of times it's hard to get money back from a debit card, even if your card was stolen. Yeah.
And the most non-surprising part of this was the mother, who chose to remain anonymous, claimed that she had a tough time getting in touch with Twitch, and hitting a brick wall with them was the most frustrating thing of all.
Yeah.
That's pretty expected, honestly, from Twitch, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, kid went crazy, donated $20,000, which leads us perfectly into our next topic, the halfway mark of our sponsors. It could be you.
Hey.
You just got to donate $20,000. We'll be there.
Or even $130.06 to bring it up to $20,000.
Oh yeah. This video is made possible by me, of course, NephewTech, NephewTech.com. Website has not changed ever since I made it actually a website.
But there is a website.
Yeah, right? Go me. And this guy, who's pretty much at a different location every time we stream now. jmarmedia.com.
You know.
He makes videos.
Every week. Well, live stream.
At least 3 times a week. You post so many videos. You just don't put any of them public. And you don't actually record them.
Sometimes. Yeah. Actually, I want to make a video this week about a form of photography that I like. So,
ooh.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if I actually get around to it, but
right.
It's pretty fun.
I really got to sit down and do some more videos, but
yeah.
probably the same boat as everybody else. That physical labor is not the fun part.
Yeah.
But we'll see, right?
We'll see.
Next one here. Tim Cook joins the Billionaires Club.
He should donate 20,000
He should donate 20 billion
to us. That'd be sweet.
Apparently, Apple is nearing $2 trillion, which is interesting. That's a lot of dollars, right? that's a ton of money.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job, Tim, for keeping Apple afloat. I really don't got too much to say on that one. It's pretty cut and dry. I thought it was interesting to see. Companies are still getting huger. That's the word we're going with.
Yep.
Now, you might have to explain this one to me, because I still don't fully understand how any of this works. Oh, and I skipped an article. Never mind. I don't understand how the next one works. This one I kind of understand. Speaking of Apple, look at that. Keeping on track. Apple is pretty mad at another little tech company for looking like their logo. I'm gonna let that one sink in there. Apple goes after a meal prep company called Pear, which is super clever.
Yep.
Over its similar logo. I have a hard time seeing the similarities. The best part about this is that if it was black, it's closer. If it was filled in and black, then you start getting closer.
Or had like a bite taken out of it, then I could see it being closer.
Right? But it's a fruit. It's not like Apple doesn't have the market on all fruit logos.
Yeah. Not yet, anyway. The only real similarity I can see is the leaf kind of looks similar, but I mean, it's at a different angle even. It's just the shape of the leaf is similar. But it's a leaf. Like, come on.
Yeah. So one logo I thought was super similar, which I'm surprised hasn't been, compared to. So the Instagram logo. I'll pull it up for all those people who don't know what Instagram logo looks like. Like this.
Yeah.
The Square credit card processing logo. Let's see. Looks like
wow, that does look very similar, actually.
Right?
It's almost like they're reverse of each other,
Yeah. Because, the Square logo is
the Instagram logo is white, it's like the same logo inside of the other logo. Dang. Crazy.
Look, there. What? How close is that? That is an arguable case. I mean, it's still not super close.
But I guess the idea is that it's a square,
Right. Oh.
Kind of like the whole "it's a fruit" thing.
Yeah. There's only so many ways you can build a box.
Yeah.
So when I saw that these two logos were considered similar to a almost $2 trillion company, it made me double think. Like, ow. I don't know. It got me good.
Yeah. Yeah. Those look way more similar than the Apple and the Pear, but
hopefully Apple will get over itself and realize that fruits can be different.
There's more than one fruit in the world.
There's more than one fruit in the world.
And one thing that's notable to mention is that they're in totally different industries too. Like prepaid food versus being a phone maker and software company. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A meal prep company is pretty different than a tech global giant.
Yeah. If they were coming out with a new smartphone and calling it the pear, you know, that might be a little controversy, but
So the one thing that actually got me and it
they're not even
fooled,
competitive.
yeah, the one thing that fooled me is my microphone that I'm actually using now is a
Mm-hmm.
Samsun. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Yeah.
Which is a
I remember we talked about that.
SAMSUN, I believe. It's not Samsung, the company that everybody knows, like my phone.
Yeah.
Which it got me, but then it's a reputable company. Like but they both make tech products. Like that confused me, a computer guy.
Mm-hmm.
But now then you got this meal prep company with a food as a logo. It's hard to believe. So next up, this is the one I was confused on because I don't fully understand how this works. Amazon rebrands Twitch Prime as Prime Gaming. So Prime Gaming now sits more logically alongside Prime perks like Prime Video and Prime Reading. So then I assume like their music's called Prime Music and their movies are called Prime Movies. So what's the difference between?
I think it's like Amazon Video or Prime Video.
Okay.
I have the app on my phone actually. Let me see what it's called.
Yeah, because then the part that gets me still is you still go to twitch.tv to watch Twitch streamers, but then you sign up for a Twitch Prime account.
Yeah, so it's now the app on my phone is called Prime Video.
Prime Video, okay, which falls in line.
Mm-hmm. So here's my kind of speculation. Let me see if I can get this video back up. All right, cool.
Hey.
So for the longest time, I had no idea that the Twitch Prime was included with your Amazon Prime membership.
Yeah, I didn't know that because actually we talked about it.
Yeah, because Prime can be associated with other things. For example, I think that CSGO, the game, had a Prime tier or something, and what that allowed you to do, it was called Prime Matchmaking, I think. What it did was you put in your phone number to show that you're a unique person, and you associate that phone number with your account, which means that at least you have a phone associated with the account, so it's less likely to be a bot or a hacker, because if that account gets banned, then that phone number is banned. So you can't just create endless accounts. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But it was called Prime Matchmaking, and it wasn't associated with Amazon Prime at all. So I just thought that, Twitch Prime was something similar to that. My thinking is that rebranding this, literally just changing the name from Twitch Prime to Prime Gaming, putting that Prime first and having the Amazon smile, is going to closer associate that with Amazon Prime as opposed to being a Twitch thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Kind of?
So do you think they'll eventually try to get rid of the twitch.tv? So they might buy whatever their next domain is, whatever, gaming.amazon.com or whatever, but then just have twitch.tv route to it eventually and move everything to actual logical sense?
Possibly. I'm not sure, because Twitch is such a big, well-known company that to completely rebrand Twitch would maybe not be a great idea.
Okay.
But just reassociating the actual Amazon Prime section of it, because I don't even really know what the whole Twitch Prime thing is. I think you get a free subscription to a streamer every month or something like that. But it may come along with other things too. So basically you have your Amazon Prime account, and then you can also subscribe to JMR Media on Twitch. And you don't have to actually pay for that. It just is included with the Prime membership.
Okay, cool.
But if Amazon was to start their own game streaming service, similar to Stadia or xCloud, I could see that kind of falling under the maybe more Amazon Prime umbrella
Okay.
rather than
Yeah.
Twitch. Maybe that's part of the reason they're changing the name now, is because they're working on something like that. Which, have we
Right.
seen anything from Amazon in terms
Not
of
that
game streaming?
not that we
I
had
thought we
talked
saw
about.
something, but maybe it was. Yeah, there's so many different companies doing it now that it kind of runs together.
You know what? One of those companies that's doing it.
Microsoft.
Microsoft with xCloud, which leads us to
Yes.
our final topic. Look at that. Microsoft opens xCloud game streaming beta early tomorrow, and it's our tomorrow, so it'd be like in 3 hours. So if you're watching this on a Tuesday, it's out.
Yep. So this is the beta version of it, which I'm sure you have to pay for it, right? This article doesn't mention it, but
Yep. So you're gonna have to pay for it. It's included for
okay.
the people who have the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, which this is the early access, so they're the ones that are going to get access to it. But then
Okay.
I believe you're going to have to pay for just a Xbox xCloud Game Pass later on. So for my understanding of this is that it's Android games. I don't fully understand it from this article.
So I know with Stadia, because I have a friend who had Stadia at least for a little while. I'm not sure if he still actually uses it, but he would stream games to his Android phone. And I think he had a controller to play with his phone. Rather than actually game streaming on the computer, he was able to, use his phone as a controller.
So are you playing Xbox games on your phone or PC games on your phone? I mean, at this point, they're the
So
same.
he had Stadia. Yeah, I guess they're more or less the same, but you do have more of a, console controller, I guess, rather than a keyboard and mouse in that case. But I do think he had Stadia, and there was only maybe 15 or 20 games that Stadia supported at that time. So I think he was
Okay.
playing. I feel like it was Destiny 2, but I could be wrong.
So I pulled up the Android webpage app on here, and
Hmm.
it shows down here Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is, I believe, a PC game, and then Gears
Okay.
5. I don't know if that's supposed to be Gears of War 5.
Hmm.
I have no idea what the logo is supposed to look like. We can Google that really fast. But they have Minecraft Dungeons, Halo, Halo Wars 2, Bleeding
Okay.
Edge, Tell Me Why, and Dead Cells. Those are the ones I'm able to read. Looks like they may have State of Decay, which I believe... State of Decay 2, which I do believe is a PC game.
Okay. Yeah. I would say the experience from playing the game will probably be more similar to playing on a console rather than PC because of the controller you pretty much have
Support.
to use.
Okay.
Yeah, certainly if you're using an Android device. But
Yeah. Okay, so State of Decay was also on Xbox, which would make
okay.
great sense that it would be the Xbox games in the app because of that controller esque
Yeah.
support.
Although, I mean, you can actually plug a keyboard and mouse into your phone
Android
if you have an
device,
adapter.
yeah.
So, yeah.
But
And I don't see a list of games that'll be out here, but you already listed a few of them, so yeah.
yeah, I couldn't find an actual list. That was the only thing I could find.
Hmm. And then the actual launch of the xCloud game streaming service is going to be on September 15th, after they've got some feedback, hopefully, from the beta. Sweet.
Yeah. Wow, we flew through those topics incredibly fast.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of topics,
Did 8 whole
but
topics.
some of them were super short. Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Cook couldn't have been any shorter.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did end up getting Destroy All Humans 2. It's sitting on my PC and I kinda wanna play it now. I don't know if I'll stream it because it's a pretty vulgar.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I did look up and it's pretty strong language. So it's like, wonder if I could turn on like a family filter or something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, are you watching my YouTube stream?
I am not.
Okay, cool. I hit 3 live viewers.
Nice.
Yeah, right? That's why I was curious if you were watching my stream. I was like,
Yeah,
maybe that's how he's
a
looking
lot.
at me. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. I hit a new record. 3. Where?
That's probably a record for me too, though.
Uh,
More than I've
interesting.
had.
I don't know if I talked about it last week, but I passed 100 subscribers on my other YouTube channel, the
Yes.
Jacob Ingram personal channel.
hmm
Just check that out.
Where you have a lot of reviews and stuff, like gaming chair reviews,
Yeah.
probably some PC repair videos.
Yeah, I kind of want to do those, but it's always stressful to do those. These are way more
Yeah.
fun. I like these way more. But I've actually been watching another Let's Play guy that's local to us. And
Okay.
he's just starting out too, and it's pretty great. So I might see if he wants to join us for a couple episodes or something. Or
Yeah, what game does he generally play?
right now he's playing a Switch. Man, this is
Okay.
terrible. A Switch game. Zelda something something.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, I'll have to find it. It's Zelda something. I'm on the wrong YouTube channel, so I don't see any of his stuff.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, that'd be awesome to have a third person in.
And we have to get the super technical articles. But like, you're a gamer. Let's talk about the aperture and the f-stop of a camera.
Yeah.
The stuff nobody cares
And wireless
about.
charging.
Right. Let's talk about tenths of a penny. The riveting conversations. Sweet. I think we did another successful run.
Yeah, it was good.
I saw one article.
There'll be new news next week. Go ahead.
I saw one article this week. I couldn't find it because I saw it on like Wednesday, and Ryzen Nook, but basically it was an Intel Nook, but with a Ryzen 4000 series to be released with it. So it was one of those super small computers, but instead of Intel, had Ryzen 4, the new Ryzen in it. And I wanted to say it was like MSI. Oh, I found it. You know, it helps if you type in Ryzen Nook. I can pull it up real fast. But this is one of those things, like, instead of, carrying around a laptop as your main desktop, because some of us don't carry around a laptop everywhere. I say as I have a laptop within arm's reach of me, right? Asus unveils a Nook competitor with AMD, Ryzen, and Radeon hardware inside. And if they can actually make it that size, would be amazing. So from that, it looks like they have an audio port. Looks like an audio in, like a microphone. USB-C, USB 3.0, because it says blue tongue. And then I assume that's power. The zooming in of this image doesn't make it any higher quality. But I assume that's power, and that's the power button. And then there's a little discrete icon, or discrete light, and then a micro SD card slot. But we might be getting a little Intel Nook, which should be interesting.
Yeah.
Not Intel Nook, an Intel Nook with Ryzen inside of
Ryzen.
it.
Yeah.
Which, coming from the Ryzen processor I have downstairs in one of my computers, I'd be totally for it.
Yeah, it's good to have competition there.
And with that, I think we are done. I think we have talked about all the subjects today.
We will talk about next week's news next week.